Road to Success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank. You are listening, caring partner.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Our guest is Roy Adlam, one of the directors of the Rift Valley Leather, whose vision to start a business was inspired by the quality of friends that he had. This and much more, only on Road to Success. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Our guest is Adlam from the Rift Valley Leathers, who believes in challenges, creativity, and variety.
Yeah.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Rift Valley Leathers. When was this started and why was it started?
Started in March, or formally in March 2009. But the background is I met a very talented leather designer and got on with him particularly well. And I guess he'd committed himself already to Kenya, whereas I wanted to be here. So we got together. I had some surplus money and he had the talent. So it's a sort of marriage of convenience. The reason we chose Rift Valley was that this is it's pretty much known worldwide. So people in Europe and people in America, possibly South America, I don't know, can at least connect with the idea that this is one of the most marvellous things in the whole world. So it's well known. I know we weren't intending for people to think we manufactured in Rift Valley.
So really, you use the name for a marketing strategy more than anything?
Yes, it's a marketing.
You're in partnership with 4 people.
I'm the managing director of the company, maintain most of the shareholding. Robert has come in with a considerable slice, and then we have Zadok, our marketing guy, and my wife, who looks after production.
What does Rift Valley Leather do?
In the last 5 years, we've probably developed in excess of 400 products. Some of those, the majority, I would guess, are individual jobs that we've been commissioned to do. In the main, we produce a wide range of bags, travel bags, office bags, fashion bags, safari bags, and accessories. And here's a lady's bag. Perhaps you'd like to look at it. That came into being when a very nice lady came up from Machakos with a bag very similar to that. We decided we'd try and improve upon it.
Yeah.
And she's ordered 6 or 7 since.
This is beautiful.
So,
I love the quality.
this is just one of many products that we can either produce for restaurants, hotels.
It's like a menu
Well, that's just a simple file.
File. Mm-hmm.
But it can be converted and has been into a rather economic menu, but at the same time looking quite civilized.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful.
A travel wallet, designed to take passport papers, credit cards, etc., etc.
Oh, wow.
Both men and women
Fantastic
seem to buy
quality.
that.
Fantastic quality. And who do you sell your products to?
I look upon us as having 5 income streams. We have restaurants and hotels, we have corporates, we have our retail outlets, exports, and I always forget the last one, camps, or regional work. So given that we've got quite a broad base of products, we can actually service those different types of clients that we have. We export to a couple of clients in Australia, 3 clients in America, and 1 in Canada at the moment. Not massive orders, but they certainly contribute to my ever-burgeoning overhead.
And obviously selling Kenya.
Very much
as
so,
a destination
yes.
for good leather.
Yeah, and obviously they're high-quality items, so We can't. The price actually is dictated by the quality and the time and the management of the product. So we are reasonably expensive, but I would say our clientele in Africa is a 50-50 mixture of local.
Where do you source your material from?
We use 4 tanneries for a variety of reasons, or a variety of clients. Alfarama down at Athi River, Bata in the Muru, a company called LIK up in Thika, and a small tannery in Sagana. All of the leather from those outfits are different from one tannery to the other. The variation is, well, quality, texture, thickness, type, the type of finish. Is it vegetable tan? Is it chrome tan? Is it cow leather? Or is it goat? You know, so there's a terrific number of combinations.
Adlam, you had mentioned earlier in the show that the success of the Rift Valley leather is because of 3 people that you work with. We want to take a break, but when we come back, I want to hear more about the partnership.
Very good.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business.
The new Equity Auto Branch MasterCard with Papers lets you enjoy a faster, cashless, more secure card experience. You can tap and swipe your shopping, pay your bills, and fuel at no charge. You can also withdraw and deposit cash at equity agents and ATMs countrywide and access your bank account from any MasterCard outlets worldwide when you travel. Visit your Equity Bank branch today and get yours instantly.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Our guest is Adlam from Rift Valley Leather. Before we went on break, Adlam, we talked about partnership and the reason for the success of the company, of the Rift Valley Leather. You had mentioned that you work with 3 other people who are partners. How did they come into your life?
In the main, it's made it more enjoyable because these are my very, very close friends now, and I think we have a healthy mutual respect for each other. Robert, the designer, I met at a competitor leather company. The circumstances under which I met my wife, who's a partner, is that I actually fell over, broke my finger, and she took me to hospital. And thereafter we became very close friends. And then there's Zadok, the marketing manager, and I met him. He was the first guy I met when I came to Kenya, and we got on pretty well.
So how did you decide who should do what in the company?
I took a chance with Zadok in terms of marketing. He's a very presentable young man. I'm presentable in both a social sense and obviously a visual sense. And he turned out to be, I think, more of a natural at marketing than he was in accounting, which is what qualified at. Caro is a very bright young woman and a very tough young woman, so she has fitted herself into the slot of production management.
And Robert
is the creative talent within the company.
How many people do you work with? I mean, obviously it's not just the 4 of you, you must have other employees.
We have the production manager, which I know I've gone over, the designer, the marketing guy. We've got Jimmy, who looks after finance and admin. But then on the actual factory floor, we have a number of different disciplines. And we have assemblers, the stitchers, the finishers, the cutters, the embosser, and I probably missed 1 or 2 out. I mean, there are different disciplines that have to be satisfied to create any article that we produce.
6 years later, what lessons have you learned?
I've spent too much money. I've tried to expand too quickly. I haven't instituted enough tight business controls. I've employed the wrong type of people on occasions. These are mistakes that could have been avoided. I mean, caution is in terms of how to get from A to B to C to D, but there's still a certain flamboyance in how the company comports itself and how it approaches the outside world.
And what is the future for Rift Valley Leather?
We're setting out to try and become, and this might sound very highfalutin, trying to become the best sub-Saharan design house in the leather field, obviously in Africa.
What kind of investment does a company like yours require?
Too much. I certainly underestimated, I think I overestimated the level of interest in the first couple of years that we would generate. And actually, it does take a while to establish yourself and establish your name. And even now, I don't think our name is massively well established within Nairobi. So time has passed, and time is money, because you have to pay people. You have to pay your rent, you have to get your licenses. I mean, there are any number of operating overheads involved, and if you can't sustain that with injections, regular injections of cash from oneself or from the sales, then life becomes a bit tricky. And it certainly did in the first 2 years.
So how do you market yourself?
We don't market as much as we should do. I mean, we have quite an active Facebook account, a website that is under redesign at the moment, and we get an awful lot of repeat custom and referred custom. So with the referred custom, then I send out my charming young Zadok, and he goes and tries to win the job. And that is actually the extent of the marketing we do.
Any young person who wants to start a business, what would you advise them?
They've got to do their research, they've got to make sure that their product is suitable to the market that they're aiming at, not to be too ambitious, to be extremely cautious where you spend your money, because you can quickly get into trouble otherwise.
Thank you so much, Adlam.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure, and I enjoyed myself.
Road to Success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank. You are listening